Obviously, Julian's got a question here for
Hey,
us.
what's up, dude? Rock
um,
on, dude.
Let him know that I am sending that thing out
Yeah,
tomorrow
we
for
got
him
something
tomorrow
for you.
morning.
We're sending out for you. You'll be quite happy. So.
Um, and obviously, Julian is one of your biggest fans
Yeah,
at
he's
this
awesome.
point.
He's awesome. He's helped get the show
Yeah.
off the air, dude.
Julian, thank you so much,
Yeah,
man.
without you, man, we really couldn't run this thing.
And he's got a good question too, obviously, because I was kind of wondering this too the other day when I was posting some stuff on the
Yeah.
YouTube. Scott,
Yeah.
how did he get into ECW? Because I don't remember that.
No, it was all me. I've just always been friends with him, and I was
Did he
talking.
debut
No,
or
no,
what
he
happened
just
with it?
he
He
just no,
random?
he just I wanted to work with Scott, and I went to Paul and said, look, Paul,
Ooh, you're
he
telling me
just
that. That's not a good thing.
he just got fired from no, it's all right. He just got fired from WCW or left, whatever.
Because I'm going to go on Twitter in about a half an hour and be like, hey,
It's quite
hey,
all
yo,
right.
what are you doing?
And
Fly to Connecticut.
and after that, he got let go. Basically, I said, look, I want to work with Scott Hall. I was the world heavyweight champion for ECW, and I said, look, I want to work with Scott. And Paul said, okay, call him. And I called him. I said, yo, you want to come work with me? He goes, all right, puss. Where do I gotta go? And we got him a flight, and Scott came in for nothing. Came in for free just to work with me, and we did it at Poughkeepsie at the Mid Hudson Civic Center. He did 2 shows actually. The first night was in upstate New York. It was a tag match.
He only did 2 shows?
Yeah, first was a house show,
Hmm?
and because he didn't want Scott's whole thing was he didn't want to be on TV. He wasn't trying to do it for marketing or whatever. He just wanted to work with me. And so we did it under the assumption that it wasn't going to be broadcast live, and so we did a dry run tag team match. I forgot who else was in it, but Scott was one of the guys. So it was me and somebody against Scott and somebody the first night, and then Poughkeepsie Mid Hudson Civic Center where he had classic matches on Raw with 1-2-3 Kid, and where me and him had some history and stuff, because that's where I started. Being in those towns, and we did it in Poughkeepsie, sold out, Mid Hudson Civic Center. Me and Scott Hall main event.
I want to meet him.
Yeah, he's awesome.
I do. I mean, I don't
He's
care
awesome.
if I don't care what. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
Yeah,
We'll look it up. But it never made air, and it never made TV.
I've seen it twice now, though.
Yeah.
I've seen it twice now.
Yeah.
I posted it actually.
Yeah.
I don't know where I pulled it from, but then I also pulled it from the last call with Scott Hall.
Yeah.
Because he posted it.
And the footage that's out there is the Rob Feinstein RF video footage. It's not the
Fake cam?
Yeah, because ECW TV didn't tape it.
We need to get a hold of Rob.
Yeah.
Hey, Rob, if you're out there, give us a yell.
Yeah, please.
Have you seen the Halloween Havoc pay-per-view when the pay-per-view cut off during the DDP Goldberg match?
No, I didn't.
And did you get your refund?
No, I wouldn't have bought it. Are you kidding me? I could think of a million things I could do with $40.
This one right here, this is Axel Rose 4183. This is a question. It's talking about Scott.
Yeah.
Levy.
Oh, Levy. Okay.
What are your thoughts on him? And I gotta tell you honestly, right here, he is my all-time favorite gimmick ever.
Yeah.
No disrespect
No,
to you.
not at all.
What are your thoughts on Scotty?
I thought he was. He's a tremendous worker, great mind for the business.
Yeah.
Almost too good. Like he's too smart for his own good. But a tremendous understanding of our business. Great in the ring. Great at his. Once he became Raven, was just it took it to another level because he had done Scotty the Body in Portland and Johnny Polo. That's when I got to know him in
Scotty
WWF.
Flamingo.
Yeah, that one too in WCW. I knew him as Johnny Polo in WWF. He used to manage Adam Bomb, which I worked with a lot over there. And
who was he before Adam Bomb?
Nobody that I know of.
Oh, he had another gimmick.
I
wow.
don't know, but
I need to figure it
he
out
actually
now.
wasn't that bad either in the ring, believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah, it wasn't that bad. Wasn't that bad at all.
With that over the top rope.
Yeah, he was okay.
Hey.
Yeah, I didn't mind
He's a
him.
big
I didn't mind
dude.
working with him at least. He didn't kill me, that's for sure. No, Raven is amazing. I had some great matches with him. I remember one match in particular I had with him in Minneapolis, Minnesota. It was for TNN. Great match. I loved working with Scotty. And Scotty had actually gone on record, and he says it to me all the time. And you can quote me on this. This comes from him, not me. He says, when you're on, so talking about me, and this is a huge compliment coming from Raven. You were one of the top 5 workers that I've ever worked with.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
And
fantastic.
that means a lot coming from him. Because
Well,
he
then I'm
likes the
telling-
way I
then I'm
sell.
telling you
You know,
what.
just the whole way I sell and my intensity as the character. He, you know, and coming from him, that means an awful lot. I don't know about his
Well,
sincerity.
you know that I work with Scotty too.
Yeah.
I work with Scotty in a different role, obviously.
Yeah.
He was actually, and not too many people know this, and you didn't even know it, I think, when I told you. He was actually producing Raw at one point in time.
Yeah.
He and Shano
Yeah.
hung out
Yeah.
very well back in the
Yeah,
day. You
yeah.
know, I mean, very. But I'll tell you flat out. I mean, if you want to do another Just Incredible Raven match,
Yeah.
I'll do that.
I'd love to. I'd love to work with Scotty again.
I'll hit him up later.
Yeah. I'd love to.
Because you know what? I'd mark out for that as the booker.
Yeah,
I'd mark
yeah.
out for it.
I like working with Scotty.
Whatever happened with Dawn and Simon? Weren't they engaged, and all of a sudden she was knocked up by someone else?
No, it was the timeline's a little stray. Dawn and Simon had broken up. At least this is a story I remember.
I talked to Dawn yesterday. Probably.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, right on. Dawn, I believe it. I think they broke it off, and then a little bit down the road, she hooked up with a guy in her home state of New Jersey who was a state cop,
Mm-hmm.
and they just hit it off, married, and she had a kid.
And things very similar to that happened with Francine, if I'm not mistaken. She's pretty
Is
much
that
out
what
of
it is? Same kind of gimmick?
I don't know. I've heard she's
Maybe
totally-
Francine's guy's a state cop. I don't know, but they have reputable jobs. They're like, you know, nice guys, good jobs, kind of a gimmick. Normal people, normal people, not crazy wrestling people. That's what I'm getting at.
Hold on 1 second. I lost my place.
We're losing viewers. Went from
No, we're not.
19 to 18. Ratings plummeting. Yeah.
Think of 5 divas who should have been pushed within the last 7 years. And did you hear about the divas criticizing how they're treated?
Wow. I don't know about pushes because I really don't pay attention to the diva division because I look at it as wrestling, and to me, unfortunately, the women's division never let them wrestle. So I'm not even gonna go there with that, but
I've got to throw something out there.
yeah,
I'm
go
sorry,
ahead.
I have
No,
to.
please do.
Because my girl, Ashley and I were very good friends.
Yeah.
Back in the day when
Yep.
we hung out with Jesse. You remember Jesse Clark?
No,
Jesse Clark. She was on the original Tough Enough.
I don't.
She got tossed,
No.
and Big, who was one of the producers, picked her back up at the studio.
Yeah.
But Ashley actually won the Diva Search that year,
Well,
and Ashley and I were cool, really cool.
yeah. As far as
She did not get the push that she deserved, and it was because they brought her right from Diva Search onto the show
yeah,
and did not train her enough.
that I could see that. I don't know.
And again,
man.
Ash, if you're listening to this ever, as
Yeah.
my girl, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
I don't know. As
Gotta
far as
blow it
them, I think as far as them being mistreated
Gail.
by who? You know, I think they get all the opportunity in the world, quite frankly. You know, I mean, it's for me a diva, whatever whatever that implies these days. I always look at it as a wrestling show. To me, sports entertainment, call it what it is. It's pro wrestling, and to me, very few women in the diva division have the chops to be pretty good in-ring performers. I know a lot of them try real hard, and I don't even fault them really. Maybe the way the business is.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Palm.
Oh yeah. I mean that's a wrestler. That's somebody who can go. Beth Phoenix I like a lot. I think
Natty.
she's natty. Those kind of for me those are.
I got.
You know I like. You know what I like,
Out.
and I know people are gonna shit on me for saying it. Kelly, I think is talented, and she's pretty, and she tries as hard as she can. You know, but they put these guys. You know, the office also puts these girls in situations that they can't handle because they're a piece of ass, and they know what they're doing for ratings.